Yes, and we're back, Sherry.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Matt and Glass Show.
Absolutely. Today is a great topic. And um, let's just say, is it getting hot in here? Because Sherry now is a new member of the Menopause Club. Welcome.
Girl,
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
nothing in the world prepares you for that feeling. Ugh.
Listen, it's, I just get your fan ready, have your tissues ready, get ready to take some notes because we're going to give out a little bit of information on menopause. So I am
I'm gonna need a
actually,
fan.
exactly, I am actually, I would consider myself perimenopausal, actually moving into menopause. I'm still actually having period symptoms every month. So I know my body is still in that realm. So I'm not quite in menopause, but yet let's
Mm-hmm.
just say the hot flashes, the mood swings, and I would say body aches are probably would be my top three symptoms that I'm dealing with, which lead me to believe through my research that I'm entering into this process of menopause. Although you can start these symptoms of menopause as early as perimenopause in your, I mean, some start in their early 30s.
30s.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah, I found out. I found it very, very. There are four stages of menopause. There's the pre, the peri, the meno, and then the post menopause. And the post menopause is the one that just like really must we go through this too? And it's not only that you've lost your estrogen and your progesterone, but then at that point when you're post menopause, you're also losing testosterone. Stab me in the fucking heart, why don't you? Like just put me out of my goddamn misery. What the
Basically,
hell?
it's nature's way of saying we have no longer any use for you because you're beyond your childbearing years. Isn't that
But
fabulous? It is just like a
I'm
slap in
like,
the face.
it is. It absolutely
It
is. Now,
absolutely
for
is.
I haven't had a cycle in a long time, in about 6 years, something like that. So because I
Okay.
had hysterectomy, I still have my ovaries, because I wanted those hormones.
Mm,
But
yes, God.
the fact that I'm just going through this, and I mean, just I'm not kidding. I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't breathe. I'm
Mm.
like, oh my God, what is fucking going on? I'm taking off the socks. I'm taking off like everything, everything. I'm just like spread eagle. And then that's just not cool when my husband
Fan
rolls over and
blowing.
he's like, oh, hello. And I'm like, nah, bitch, get off.
This is not about you right now. I need air. I need air flowing movement. So, Sherry, are you sleeping with the fan on? You got windows open. It's like 60 degrees in your bedroom. Tell us because that's what a lot starts to happen. The night sweats, I think, tend to happen first before you actually then have, hot flashes during the day because that's
During
what
the day.
how mine started.
Yeah. So no, the ceiling fan is on. I'm finding that in one of my houses where it doesn't have like the best heating system, it, it's okay that it's freaking cold as shit in here because I'll put on a blanket. But that's the thing. I'm just like schwitzing and I'm just a wet, drippy mess. And then I'm freezing. And then I'm sweating. And then I'm freezing and I'm sweating. And I'm like, I'm already depressed. Don't do this to me.
Listen, it's a struggle. It really is. I have noticed here recently a newer stage of the process that my body is going through is my hands and my feet will be freezing at the same time the rest of me are sweating. And I mean sweating in places like you don't normally notice sweat. Hence your
Right.
elbow crease, behind your knees, on top of your knees. I'm like, since when do my knees sweat? What the
Yeah.
entire fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, like, from one day, I will have like a real low version of a hot flash, and I'm like, oh, okay, 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 I'm feeling it. and I'm breathing and I can get a little breeze and I'm good, to the full on extreme of just sweat, just dripping and running and just like soaking wet in like a blink. And I'm like, why is it such a big difference? And so then I started to really pay attention to the food I was eating, the alcohol, the coffee,
Mm.
caffeine, anything that energizes your body, like Red Bulls would send me into a consistent hot flash having day, probably for two
Hmm.
days till the effects wore off.
Really?
So, yes, so any of the products that incur uh, to speed up your metabolism, any type of product like that, any of these natural, there is one, and I have the worst time pronouncing it. And I mentioned this to you before. It's called yes,
It's the guarine, guarine,
Glory, or yes, one
guarine.
of those. Yes. When I tell
Yeah.
you, read your ingredients, people, because if it's in it, it's going to set off your hot flashes. And you're wondering, what am I doing? So for me, I cut out red wine. So I only drink white. I try to only drink Chardonnay. You know, Chardonnay is the heavier, full body wine because I am a red drinker, so I need something. So Pinot Grigio and Rieslings don't quite cut it for me, and also they have a higher alcohol content. So if you're gonna drink, let's do it right. But I've had
I'm
to
with you.
cut back coffee. I stopped drinking coffee because the caffeine was setting off hot flashes. And I'm not a big dessert eater, so chocolate was easy to kind of eliminate out of my diet. But I noticed when I cut out those three things, big changes started to happen. Then I had
Hmm.
to add in supplements because I'm not quite ready to do hormone replacement, which we should talk about, Sherry, because that's important. Because I feel like now
Yeah.
I'm getting to a point where I may be considering it. So I've had to make some major adjustments. And I'm also realizing there are still foods that may set it off. Spicy foods, anything with high output spice will actually affect that
Right.
because
Well,
that
they're
affects your,
thermogenics.
yes, all of the thermogenics. Anything that creates that type of action in your body is going to set off your hot flashes. So
Absolutely.
it's just a cruel process because I believe when you get to this point, you should be able to drink coffee and have red wine. Hello, and probably meat-based products probably set it off as well. So it's just not fair. Like, how is it that we've done our due diligence through life? We've gotten to a place
Right.
now where your body's starting to change, but you can't reap the benefits of drinking a good Cabernet. Like that is
Right.
just cruel,
It's
cruel.
cruel. It's absolutely cruel. Now, and then, but and then let's get into, yes, there's all of these natural supplements. There's the soybeans, there's yams, there's that moringa leaf, there's the black cohosh that you turned me on to.
Mhm,
And then there's something
mhm.
called dong quai, which is like the female ginseng. I don't know. Like all of these things, I'm just
Mm,
like, ah,
I know
but then I don't
exactly.
want to do hormone replacement therapy. Hormone replacement therapy, like, look, heart disease, stroke, breast
Cancer is
cancer,
number
linked to
one.
all of these
Number
things,
one. Yes.
blood clots. No, thank you. Right. And so
Mhm.
then, okay, so then some people just do like probiotics because then that like gets your system in order.
Yeah, that don't work.
It's a lot. It's a lot to process to go through
It
when you're
don't work.
going through
Absolutely.
menopause. You're just like, you're over here schwitzing and freezing to death. And you're going, I'm so confused as to how to make this happen, how to make this go away, how not to feel this
Mhm,
way. Ugh,
mhm.
for shame.
Absolutely. So you definitely have to reach out to your doctor. Now, here's where I struggle a little bit because I feel like if you go to your doctor, they're going to want to offer you the replacement hormones,
Well,
which
of course,
has
because, big pharma. Pharma they have to make their
absolutely,
money.
absolutely. But you can go the natural route, especially in the beginning. I find that if you can get on and do some natural supplements, it can help regulate these things because I was able to regulate
Yeah.
mine, but I feel like I'm almost rolling into year 10 of this. And I think my body has
Oh,
become accustomed to what
oh,
I've been taking. So, your body adjusts, it learns. And I believe my body is like, okay, yeah, yeah, this ain't getting it. We need something else. And so
yeah.
I'm actually considering talking to my doctor I did a photo shoot and I had some clients that were giving me some information. They're like, talk to your doctor. There's new things out there on the market that you can use before you actually get into hormone replacement that you're still going to need a prescription for. So I'm planning to make an appointment just to find out what all is available because it's time. Blood tests are no longer needed in order to diagnose for these type of things as well. It goes off of your symptoms.
Because okay, so let's talk about the evil monster in the room. Vaginal dryness. What?
Oh, I'm not there yet. Thank you, Jesus. That's the one thing
Good.
I don't have. Good God.
Girl, look, listen, I cannot say that I'm there, but family history in my family, I know how shit goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's also
I'm scared
to bring up too, as well, Sherry, because you can look back at your mothers and your aunts, even grandmothers will give you an idea of what to look forward to if you're even remotely interested in what is in store. And to be honest with you, a lot of women don't even have any symptoms. There are millions of women out here that have zero menopausal symptoms, which bless their hearts, but Lord, that's just so not fair as well.
It's not.
You can also look back, talk to your elders and get information. Ask them what it was like for them because they will definitely give you an idea of what it's like. And I did that same thing and found out that my grandmother, who passed away, God bless her soul, she passed away at 98 and she had hot flashes up until 98.
No.
I know. Pray for me.
No.
Pray for me. Pray for me. However, that's why I am going to talk to my doctor and find out what all I can do because I'm not. And if I
don't want to go down like that, man.
I refuse. Oh, and let's give out the disclaimer, Sherry. We are not medical professionals.
Yes.
We are not giving out medical advice. Please do.
Well, I mean, hold on a second. I did work in OBGYN, but I'm not a physician. I am not, but I did work in the profession.
Disclaimer. We need to say
I am not a medical professional.
Physicians do not take this as medical advice. Do your own research. Talk to your doctor.
Talk to your own doctor.
Encouraging you to have the conversation and do the research because these are our personal experiences and we just want to share. And if we can help, that's just the best, the cherry on top for us. So do your research.
Well, we just want to pay it forward and want to let you all know that you're not alone when you're going through all this fucking bullshit that the universe has put on our laps because we're strong enough and we can do it. That's why, because we are all powerful.
Amen. Rah, rah, women. Yes. We are definitely cheerleaders for women and would love to hear from you. So if you ever have any question about these things, definitely drop us a comment below. We'd love to chit chat with you. Now, Sherry, there's way more things that have to do with this as well.
Yes.
So we can get into hair loss, hair being brittle, dry. I mean, the cartilage in your knees, your skin sagging, aging, all of these are regarded when it comes to the loss of testosterone and estrogen and progesterone.
Absolutely.
Like
and progesterone.
I mean, all of those things equate to how your body responds to the lack of these things. And like, who knew? Who knew? Just like you get an AARP pamphlet in the mail when you're about to turn 50, they need to send those out to women. Be prepared for hair loss, vaginal dryness, hot flashes.
Good God.
Dry vagina. They need to send out a pamphlet letting women know.
They really, really do. They really do. Like they do not prepare women nearly enough. But at the same time though, do we really want to traumatize our young women into like never wanting to be women? Like, fuck this. But at the age of like 30, I'm just going to go ahead. No.
Send a letter.
Send a letter. Yeah. Oh my God.
Send a letter in your 40s. You're definitely getting it if it's not already happening. It's crazy.
Yeah. So the Census Bureau should keep that as a public health announcement. We are sending all women over the age of 30 a pamphlet in the mail that says, get your hormone replacement plans in order. It's like planning your funeral. You plan ahead.
Exactly.
Let's plan ahead.
Exactly. That would, I mean, that would just be awesome. But let me just say, when back in my late 30s, I wasn't even thinking about what it was going to be like being 50 and having these types of things. Like I wasn't
No,
trying to, it's like, who
no.
wants to plan for that? But it's a very real deal. And I guess until you actually start really feeling the symptoms and actually living the hot flashes, because those are the most dramatic pieces, I feel, for me, I can
Yeah,
say, were the things that made me go, okay, this is something I really need
yeah.
to read up on and really start to learn.
Yeah, it's by far one of the most uncomfortable experiences I've been through. Like, I
Mm,
love the heat. Absolutely. But when it's coming from the inside, out with you, demon. Like, get it out. Get it out. Because it's
absolutely.
coming from the inside and you feel it from the
Mhm.
inside. It's just like it is the most bizarre feeling. And it just builds up, and then all of a sudden you're just like,
Yes,
and you're just
you can
oozing
feel it.
steam. You
Mhm.
feel it coming out of every pore, and then with that, the moisture. I'm like, I
But can I
can't
just say,
breathe.
so far, so good. I haven't had one right now. I've been like waiting. Is it coming? I'm waiting. I got my fan. Let's talk about that. My trusty dusty. And this
Look
we
at
need
you.
to drop a link below on
Yes,
Amazon.
yes.
These
I
are
want to know
the
what that
bomb.
is.
.com. Um, I take this with me and I literally sit with it in my purse on my lap, and it's like blowing up on my face as I'm sitting there like at dinner or wherever I am. I'm just like having it. It's just like, and I'm just like, oh God, because
Okay,
it's
so just
not.
so you know, I noticed that you had it on your belt while you were working at the
Yeah,
inaugural.
absolutely. You
I was
have
like,
to.
there's
And I
a
like that
fan.
it flips. It flips and you can
Oh my
sit it
God.
like this, or so I sit it in my belt and I flip it over. And it also works for clients. So when you're working on clients and you have the belt on,
Yeah.
it's actually shooting up to the client. So
Oh,
it
that's a
works both
great
ways.
idea.
It's
Because
like
you
for
put
you,
the,
for
yeah,
me,
because sometimes
for
when I put
you,
the
for me.
smock on, they start spitzing. Yeah. That's a great
Exactly.
idea. Oh,
I
wow. Okay.
love
So
that.
where did you got that on Amazon?
I got this on Amazon, and let me get another one that I have here that is awesome if I can find it. And this lovely thing, this I got from Amazon as well, and that
Okay.
is called
What is that? Oh,
Sweet
it's,
Pull.
does that go around your neck?
And it's it sends the little air
Wow.
ducts, blow the air up, and they're all, you just charge them, plug them in, they stay charged forever. Like, it's amazing. And this is good for when
Okay.
you can't hold this, you don't have hands to do this, and you're working and you're trying to figure it out. Like, you got to get these things so you have them in your repertoire to pull out when you need them. Like, this is, it's good
Love,
stuff.
love, love
Good stuff.
those. Okay.
Constant air.
All right.
Yes. Yes.
All
Trusty
right. That is
Dusty.
good. I
Gotta
need to
have
add
them.
that to my kit. I need to add that to my kit. Oh, that's
Mhm.
wonderful. That's
Yes, I
awesome.
love it.
Okay.
But I can also say there are other things that I've had to take into consideration knowing that I'm going to have hot flashes. So let's just say this. Number one, turtlenecks are out the door. And I used to live for a good turtleneck.
I love
Listen,
a turtleneck.
live for a good turtleneck. But when those hot flashes hit, when I tell you, all you want to do is to rip that shit off. And I mean,
I
just like, it's no joke. Literally, you can put your hand on someone and feel the heat coming off of their body when they're having a hot flash. Literally,
I
like,
can, oh well.
it's
Ugh.
unimaginable. It's like you could cook an egg on my arm. How hot you get.
Now I have to admit, I have had the pleasure of doing somebody's hair while they're having a hot
The
flash.
worst.
And while you're doing the hair, to have the hair that you're working on all of a sudden, all of it, all over
Soaking
on the
wet.
scalp be wet. And you're just like, what the fuck just happened? And that's how fast it happens. Oh my God. And so I get it. Now I understand. I'm like, I am going to have kinky roots for the rest of my life.
Pretty much all day.
Kinky roots because,
Pretty much.
yeah.
Pretty much. And let me just say, I worked in Miami for 4 months on Ready to Love. and at 90-degree weather and having hot flashes. Let me just say, I couldn't even tell when I was having a hot flash. It was just hot. It was
Oh
literally
my
just hot.
God.
And like, interesting enough, if I can remember correctly, I don't remember noticing so many hot flashes because I think you were just hot. I couldn't
Because you
tell.
were just hot. Because your
Yeah, she was just hot.
external temperature was matching the internal.
Exactly. Exactly. But I can say my mom decided to take hormone replacement, and she swears by it. She's like, I refuse. When she right before she decided to do hormone replacement, she actually did a journal for a week of how often she was having hot flashes, and she was having hot flashes every 10 to 12 minutes. Every 10 to 12 minutes
It's like
in a
it's
24-hour
like going to
period.
into labor.
It was vicious. And that's what made her decide to do it. Because she said she never really tried any, she tried a couple of over-the-counter brands of like Estrogen, and there's a couple of other ones that you can find out there. And she was like, after a while, it just stopped working. And she said when she
Mhm.
came completely off of it, it was like they were hot flashes from hell.
Oh
and
wow.
and
Oh
every
wow. So
10
they
to
were
12
helping to an
minutes
extent.
they helped a little bit, she said, but it wasn't enough, and she got frustrated, and she was like, I can't live like this. She was working a professional job, and she said she
Yeah.
would come in, her boss would look at her and she'd go, were you just working out? What were you doing? She was drenched, her hair soaking wet, just drenched. And she was like, this isn't an embarrassment. How am I supposed to be a
It
professional
is.
working and I'm drenched? And so she was like, she's not taking it anymore. She's not doing it. So she contacted her doctor. So she's on the lowest dose of hormones. Um, I'm not sure exactly what her blend is, or which one she's on. I'm guessing it's estrogen, could be progesterone
Hmm.
too, but I'm not exactly sure. But she loves it. She says she never has any hot flashes anymore. She doesn't have any issues whatsoever.
Really? Huh.
So yes, I'm after
That's
10 years,
very
I think I'm
interesting.
going to talk to the doctors and find out what would work for me because it's time. And then I'm dating. So how in the hell am I going to be trying to meet a man, trying to be sexy at the club, trying to be at dinner on a date, and I'm dripping? Oh, don't touch me. Don't hit. Give me 5 minutes. Let me dry off.
Give me right, right. Let me cool off. I
I can't.
put it away for 5 minutes. I need
No way.
5 minutes.
There's no way. And during sex, what is that going to be?
Oh. Mm.
What am I going to do with that?
Well, okay, so I have found that I'm not having a hot flash while during sex, but I think that's because I'm already hot.
Maybe that's the case. Okay, I'm gonna hold out for
So
that one because I just can't imagine. And then
I
the
can't
whole,
imagine.
I'm looking at guys and I'm thinking auto dates, and I'm like, how do you like to sleep? Hopefully with the window open, hopefully with the fan going. Like, are you a hot
I
sleeper?
mean,
Or are you a cold sleeper? Like, this could actually be a determining factor whether or not I continue to date you because who, what am I gonna do with that?
you do what John and I do. He has his comforter, I have mine. His and
Amen.
hers.
Amen.
We do not share a cover. No, no, no.
Oh, look at
His and
that.
hers. Hmm.
Because of course, I'm
And that
gonna
was
have a
even
hot
before the
flash.
hot flashes. No, that was even before the hot flashes. Because the way this man sleeps, I just can't. I just can't. He just the blankets and the pillows, and he just like, I mean, no, I'm gonna stick with my little shit over here,
Oh,
my little domain and my little comforter, my little fluffy blanket. I'm gonna, yeah,
yes.
you can
Well,
have
this is
that over
definitely
there.
a to be continued, Sherry, because there's
Yeah,
more information out there, and I think we'll revisit this
yeah.
once I actually visit the doctor. But we just want to, jump in and give a little bit of information and share what's happening. So again, let's welcome Sherry to the Menopause Club. Thank you.
Woo! And if you have a horror story about your menopause,
Yes.
let us know because we would like to be a part of it and let you know we love you, we support you, and let's deal with this bitch.
Absolutely. Well, thanks you. Thanks for tuning in again, Matt and Gloss Show. Like, comment, subscribe, share. We would love to hear from you. Take care.
We just want to hear from you.